Hi, and welcome back to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. In this video, I'm going to show you the third pattern in the minor pentatonic scales that we talked about. My last two videos, I had put together the first and second one, and this is going to be the third one. And we're going to play this in the key of A, which is right here at the 5th fret because this is the A note. Okay, so just a quick review real quick here. We got the first pattern right here at 5/8, 5/8. Our second pattern is going to be right here at 8/10, 8/10, 7/10, 7/10, 7/9, 8/10, 8/10. And of course our third pattern is going to be where the second one left off, which is going to be right here at 10/12. So its third pattern is going to be 10/12, 10/12, 10/12, 9/12. We're going to move up a fret to 10/13. And then 10/12 again. So the 6th, 5th, and 4th string and the 1st string are being the same, and it's just the 3rd and 2nd string that change. So once again, we've got the 10/12, 10/12, 10/12, 9/12, 10/13, and 10/12. And you can tell that's in the key of A because it's resolving on the A note. Okay? So, once again, 10. Okay, and once again, they all connect with each other like puzzle pieces. You got your first one, your second one, your third one, and like I said, you want to master those intervals, the distance between the two notes. We are creating a road map on our fretboard. So we just created the third pattern. So now we can actually play from the 5th fret all the way up to the 12th fret. And if we know those intervals, if we know those patterns, those scales, whatever you'd like to call them, I call them patterns just for easier learning. I think if you look at stuff in patterns and shapes, it makes it a lot easier to learn. So we look at them in patterns. We've got our first one here. We can move into our second one. We can move into our third one right here. So right there we just went from the 5th fret of the 6th string to the 12th fret of the 1st string. And we stayed in key. Everything sounded good because we stayed within those patterns. You want to visualize these scales on your fretboard. And then that way you can move, you could actually move from the 5th fret to the 12th fret like this. And then on the 2nd string, it goes to the 13th fret in the 3rd pattern, so you could actually move from actually the 5th fret to the 13th fret on the 2nd string. And once again, you want to practice your hammer-ons, your pull-offs, your slides, your bends, your vibrato, you know, and try to really visualize these patterns as you move back and forth and try to get those intervals down. Like in the 3rd pattern, it's in intervals, going to be a whole step, whole step, whole step. And then it's going to be a step and a half from the 9 to the 12. And then another step and a half, which is 3 frets from the 10 to the 13. And then back to whole step from the 10 to the 12 again. Okay, so then you can just kind of do all kinds of real cool stuff with that. So you can see all that I played was in those 3 patterns. Pattern 1, Pattern 2, and Pattern 3. And it's like a road map, like I said before. It's a road map on your fretboard that you're trying to create. And you can also use some of those other notes too. I'm not saying you can't, but if you stay within these particular intervals, which once again is the distance between two notes, then you're going to sound, you know, everything's going to really just sound good. You can tell that's an A note. It resolves on that A. Now right here on the second string, it's actually a 10-13, but I'm going to play the 12 for a second just so you can hear how it sounds. It's going to sound okay, but not quite as good as if we play the 13. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play a little lick here. Okay, so that was the 13. Now we're going to go to the 12 instead of the 13. So you can tell it just doesn't sound right because it's not in that key. So you want to just try to build that roadmap. Try to, you know, stay within those intervals. You have a whammy bar, you can do stuff like that. You know. Practice your trills, you know. Stuff like that. Okay. A trill is just a repeated hammer-on, pull-off, played real fast. That's a good exercise to build up the strength and dexterity in your fingers as well, those trills. You just try to keep doing that indefinitely for as long as you can. Then a good exercise would be to add your other fingers too, like just for instance, in the key of A, our minor pentatonic, the first pattern is a 5-8. So we could, you know, if we used our pinky one to strengthen up our pinky, we could go. And then when your pinky gets tired, do your third finger. And then when that gets tired, do your second finger. Just as a pattern, exercise. Do stuff like that as well. So once again, I don't want to make this video too long, but I just wanted to show you this third pattern, and like I said, I'll show you the fourth one and the fifth one in the next two videos, but just kind of practice this. This is in the key of A once again, and if we were to move it, like I said before, let's say we're moving in the key of G. Well, in the key of G, then it would be 3 and 6 would be pattern 1, 6 and 8 would be pattern 2, and third pattern once again starts where the second one leaves off. That's what's great about these, is they connect like puzzle pieces. Each one starts where the other one leaves off. So in the key of G, then this third pattern would be right here. Instead of being at 10-12, it now would be at 8-10. Same shape, same intervals and everything, just in a different location on the neck. Now it would be here in the key of G. Oops. And you can see right there it resolves on the G note there in the 6th string, so you know that's in the key of G. Now if we were playing in the key of E, I think that was the one I mentioned before. Let's see, here's pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3 would be right here at 15-17. 15-17, 15-17, 15-17, 14-17, 15-18, and then back to 15-17 again. Okay? And once again, practice alternate picking, because it's the alternate picking that's going to really allow you to play fast. You can play fast down picking on some stuff, but you really need to do that alternate picking. And what I usually try to do is just pick one note down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. When I first started playing a long time ago, I just did finger exercise. One of my first teachers was a friend of ours in the band that we played in. I actually started out playing the drums, and I'd go over to his house and he would just show me these finger exercises. Just kind of get my fingers limbered up, show me how to alternate pick, and because I knew that's how I wanted to play, and we would just kind of work on that, and I would go home and just work on that and work on it before I ever learned any songs. So by the time I actually got to learning some songs and trying to do a guitar solo, you know, my fingers could do the hammer-ons to pull off. I didn't really know what I was doing before that time, but I could at least do it, and then I just learned how to do that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and conclude the lesson there. I gotta actually go teach a lesson pretty quick here. But anyway, if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment or shoot me an email or whatever you'd like to do. But my recommendation is to practice that, get to know it real well. 10-12, 10-12, 10-12, 9-12, 10-13, 10-12. And that's in the key of E, or I'm sorry, the key of A. And then move it around. Look at your fretboard and say, okay, if I played in the key of G, where is it going to be? If I'm playing in the key of B, where it's going to be? What if I'm playing in the key of D? Where is it going to be? You know, where's it going to line up? And then try to visualize that roadmap, okay? So you have yourself a good one, and until next time, take care, have fun practicing, and we'll look at a couple more of those later. Thanks.